Now we're taking a quick look at the lateral surface area of cones and cylinders. All these so far have been lateral surface areas. So first of all, what is the lateral surface area? Again, it's the side. It's not the base, which in the case of a cone is a circle. So you can see this is the shape that wraps around the side of the cone. The surface area is determined by the radius. So we need to know how big this is. If this circle gets bigger, that area will get bigger. It's also determined by the slant height of the cone. And this kind of makes sense based on what we've learned about pyramids. There's a really cool derivation, but it's a little bit beyond the scope of this geometry class. So the neat thing is you have pi times the radius times the slant height equals the lateral surface area. Maybe for my pre-AP, it has to do with sector area, and it's actually, we could do it. But we're going to go ahead and focus on using the formula on this video. So one important thing, just like with pyramids, we have this special, well, I don't want to call it special, but we have a right triangle here with the radius, the height, and the slant height. So you will often find yourself using the Pythagorean theorem or trigonometry to figure out one of these values given the others. So let's take a quick look at an example. We have the formula, which is A equals pi RL. R is the radius, L is the slant height. They told us the height's 15 and the radius is 8, but I don't know the slant height, which is L. So I can use the right triangle, Pythagorean theorem. 8 squared plus 15 squared. L, the slant height, is the hypotenuse, the long side. So that goes by itself, L squared. 64 plus 225 is 289, which is L squared. And when I take the square root of both sides, I find out that L is 17. Substituting into the formula, pi, 8, and 17, multiplying 8 and 17 out, we get area equals 136 pi. So that is the surface area, the lateral surface area of this cone. This is an exact value, not an approximate, because I didn't round it. I left the pi in there. Now let's take a quick look at the surface area, lateral surface area of cylinders. So the lateral surface is a rectangle, and the height of it is the same as the height of the cylinder. Here's H here, and there's H. The base here is the same as the circumference of this cylinder. So we end up with this formula. There's the circumference, which is the base, and there's the height. And that gives us the area of this rectangle. Doing a quick example, and you'll find cylinders are pretty straightforward. We have area as 2 pi RH. Well, we know that radius is 8, the height is 10, and multiplying that out, we get 160 pi. So that's it. I didn't include units, but it would be units squared. So this, is, again, is another exact answer, and then you could use the pi button on your calculator if you wanted to get an approximate number. So let's reflect on the questions for this section. How are the slant height, radius, and height of a cone related? What shape is the lateral surface of a cylinder? And how do you get the dimensions of the lateral surface? How do you find the area? How do you find the slant height? How do you find the components of it?